Oh boy. A lot going on in Angelo-ville. Can I get this camera closer? Which I do. It's on sort of like a mini tripod, as you can see. So I gotta put it on the desk, but yeah, and I can't put this on like my bigger tripod. I don't have the head for whatever tripod I don't know. All right, this will do. So, welcome to Sunday Night Theater, Masterpiece Theater. This is Wage Slave Performs Unpaid Labor Like Trained Monkey for Unwashed Masses. The full title being For the Entertainment of the Unwashed Masses of Our Capitalist Dystopia, in which we all scrape out a living, or we don't, and expect a few crumbs at the end of the day from our capitalist masters. And then we lie and wake until we do it all over again the next day. That's the full title. Couldn't fit it in YouTube. YouTube being want to limit the words. What is the longest book title, by the way? Why do I iron my clothes? There are people who just don't iron their clothes. I just can't. Gotta have them ironed. The irony of that. So, introduce myself. I'm Angelo, Hollywood filmmaker, greatest screenwriter in the history of the world, recovering homeless guy, metro enthusiast. This is the K-Line, Metro Line hat. I like wearing this because when I wear it under my helmet when I bike to protect from the sun, but also I sweat a lot, and as I sweat a lot, but also I put on sunscreen. So I don't want the cream, it's a white cream absorbing into a black hat, which I have. But yeah, I don't want sunscreen staining a black hat, and my sweat stains it enough. Doing so much. Trying to not watch YouTube as much. I mean, it's really addicting and fun to watch the news, but I don't want to. Like, I try and keep up on things, but I know I'm just better overall if I can keep it moderated somehow. And also, the news is gonna be, horrible stuff, and it's good to know what's going on in the world. I don't believe in just not knowing what's going on. It is a kind of, and ultimately I don't know what's going on in so much of the world. I'm ignorant. But I think we should care about what's going on in the world. It's just that also, it's like, okay, I could watch another video about how Trump is terrible, but also Republicans are terrible, but also Democrats are terrible. And that's not in that vague centrist way, or really Republicans say like, yeah, both parties are bad. And why do they say they're bad? Oh, because they both spend money with the government. So what do we want? Apparently austerity, except for me, the person complaining. I want free roads. I want good infrastructure. I want, my food to be safe, etc. I want clean air. We don't really have that in America. In a lot of places. Good God, man, the amount of toxins we're breathing in LA. Just have freeways cutting through the city here. But, there's something I'm thinking about. I mean, there's an aspect to being informed or being aware, but also not compulsively looking at the news, which I do. And actually informing yourself, reading stuff that's good for you. I mean, meaning like that you're actually expanding your mind with and learning about the world with. I want to read more stuff like I read Letter to American Workers from Vladimir Lenin. It's a great letter. It's a perfect letter, folks. But I keep wanting to read it again, and I didn't even make it time for it this weekend. I did other stuff, but I did a lot of good stuff. I did a lot of reading. I'm reading a new Frederick Forsyth book. I mean, it's not a new book. It came out a few years ago. It was one of his later books. I just flew through like 250 pages from last night to today. It's called The Fox. Amazing thriller. Within the first page, I was just hooked. I'm like, this is so addicting. I stayed up last night reading 50 pages. I couldn't even sleep well. And then today I was kind of faded. Like I didn't feel great. I was kind of tired. So I just lied back on the couch, read a lot more. I did a lot of music video editing. I'm working on a music video. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be like a funny music video. Funny, kind of not like, it's not a comedy song by any means. But the artist I'm working with, and I will, when it's released, tell everybody, he likes it to be funny. He knows, he makes funny videos that, they're like low budget, but there's a ton of heart in it, and I'm so happy I'm working with him. I have not edited any real project in so long. Well, no, actually that's not true. I did edit another music video for another friend. But this was digging even deeper into what I used to do. Well, just into video work, because there's a lot of green screen. It's all green screen, basically. So now I'm also using AI to come up with imagery, and I'm amazed at what I'm able to come up with. And all kinds of criticisms for AI usage, especially how it's used to exploit labor. It's going to replace people, and which the part with just not working is great. It's the part about being homeless and having our water poisoned and our resources depleted. That's the bad part. And then it's used in other exploitative ways, with actors, with artists. However, there's in the power consumption aspect of it. I mean, the way technology is used in general, is bad. No, I don't mean that. I was going to say, like, the model we have for using it with capitalism is bad. We're using things to exploit labor. Labor's getting more productive. We're not getting paid more. We're not getting treated better. And it's really important for coworkers to talk to each other and understand that. Don't ignore what your body's telling you. I realize that's so much of what the workplace is ignoring what you're feeling for the sake of your job, and it's got to be a big contributor. I know it is. I'm sure it is, to isolation, loneliness, depression. I'm not going to be like some woo person, person saying like just work a job you like and you'll be happy. I mean, like, you trap emotions in your body, and it's very bad. And I've gone through it where you do that, and then you get dissociated, depersonalization, derealization, which I went through, and I'm still recovering from, but I'm way further along in recovery. And working on this music video is such a healing process for that. I'm getting to do stuff I realized I haven't done in so long. It was kind of shocking to do, to work on this music video and come up with AI imagery. It was like restructuring how my brain worked. And I signed up for Midjourney to do that. Once I finish the music video, I'm going to cancel my subscription. Who knows if I'll use it in the future, probably on movies. There's no denying it's extremely powerful, and the imagery has come so far. Like, I can do stuff with so the singer, he recorded himself singing in front of a green screen. He's not even anywhere near me. He's across the country in Tennessee. And I was able to take screenshots from the green screen footage. Well, first I would like create an AI background of whatever. It's got, like, the video's got kind of a dark gothic feel. So I'm creating like these dark landscapes and interior chambers and sort of abandoned buildings feeling, and medieval castles and stuff. And I'll put something behind him, take a screenshot of it, or screen capture in my video editor, put it in Midjourney, and then give a few prompts, animate it, like make him walk down this corridor or whatever of this like very gothic or baroque location, like a big cathedral. and it just does it, and it makes it looks just like him walking. Basically, it's so surreal. Sometimes it messes it up, like it's trying to check for things against what it knows. So it's like the guy has a little bit longer hair. Nothing against long hair, but because he has longer hair, it's sometimes I can tell it's like referencing, okay, women have longer hair, and all of a sudden it gives him boobs and like kind of like women's hips and stuff when he starts walking. So it's like, and then he'll turn around and it's like he gets a rooster tail of a ponytail that pops out behind him, which he does not have. His hair's not even as long as mine, really. So it's like sometimes it's got those weird quirks where, as funny as it is, I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work in the video. But you do the prompt again and you refine it and you figure out little tricks to it. It's amazingly powerful because it just allows me to do stuff I could have never done before. If it wasn't for this, I was literally planning on just finding footage online and just taking whatever I found, or copyright-free images, or finding whatever materials around that I could use, because that's what I've done for other videos. And now I'm like, oh, I can just make stuff that looks amazing. It doesn't even look like 3 years ago when you see stuff made in Midjourney. It's like, yeah, you can see it, it's kind of there good, and then, the hands are weird, the face is weird. This is just, no, it's like, looks perfect, basically. Sometimes it still does do weird stuff, and it has sort of quirks and all that, and, I'm not saying it replaces people by any means, but I'm like, for me, it's not replacing anybody, it's just giving me something that if it wasn't there, nothing would have happened. I would have just, I wouldn't be able to make these images myself through like special effects software. I mean, it would easily take me a month of just nonstop dedicated practice, and I don't need to do that. What I mean is not that I don't need to do it because AI's there. I just mean I don't need to punish myself like that. Like, I want to do other stuff. I'm trying to lose weight again, which is always, when you're cutting calories, you're exhausted. You're not sleeping as well. You're getting a little, what's the word? It's not even about hunger. When you're cutting calories, it's just your body's craving nutrition. But you have to, make a friend of that, go through that process. It also feels great in a way. It's like my head's clear in the mornings, kind of. Yeah, I'm not sleeping as great. Because think about it, your body, it's not getting the calories you need. It's burning calories while you're sleeping, burning fat, and you're not giving it that. I'm not trying to cut too drastically, because also that it's like traumatizing your body, where your body thinks you're trying to kill it. And that also can induce DPDR. So definitely not trying to do that, but thinking overall health, I'm 40 years old, just trying to be mindful. I'm lucky I feel great. I got my COVID booster. I mean, yeah, COVID vaccine and flu vaccine. Good God, man, we need nationalized health care. We need to help each other. We need to make food available for everyone and housing available. Let's support each other. Let's talk to each other. I'm realizing part of what I was saying earlier about watching news on YouTube is, I'm like, yeah, I could just watch the latest ghastly incident, and they deserve attention, and we should honor the people going through that and try and stop it. But also there's the aspect of, okay, what are we going to build that's better? And that's why I said I was reading Vladimir Lenin's Letter to American Workers. I got to read it again. It was so good. And it's consciousness expanding, and to learn from everywhere and read from everything. Somebody asked me, what should I learn or read? Somehow it came up where, it doesn't sound like a YouTube comment. Someone just genuinely asking, what should I read? And I said, well, here's YouTube channels I watch to learn about socialism, but you can, I said, learn from everywhere. I said, if you want, read conservatives, read libertarians. I said, basically, I think I said this, don't bother reading liberals. They're just so full of shit. They are the biggest, I can't even say hypocritical. It's just self-serving, smug, and people with this entitled sort of mythology that we're we deserve, accolades. We're your people, like Kamala Harris and Chuck Schumer. Like, these are rich people. They don't stand up for normal people. They stand up for their corporate donors, for war, for all kinds of atrocities. And then they say, like, oh, we just, a little asterisk, we care, like, we hear you. Kamala Harris, her opportunity economy bogus bullshit. I remember when she ran for president in, 2000? It was just the most laughable program she proposed. Because, of course, she's a capitalist. She does not want to fundamentally uplift people or help them. And she doesn't want to upset her corporate donors who are going to really push back if she starts suggesting things that are going to help poor people, which gives them leverage over their rich employers and big corporations that want us desperate so they can keep us accepting low wages, make us pay high rents, and pressure us to never fight for better conditions and wages, because we'll be terrified that we'll just be replaced by someone else instead of having solidarity and savings and leverage to bargain with our employers, because we have things like a safety net, like guaranteed housing, like health care that's guaranteed, like free or affordable food, like child care, like good education. We need education. So that's what I'm saying to myself, really, like, okay, what should I learn? I'm still always learning. Like, what should I read? What should I study? I tried reading some, it's about dialectical materialism. Guys, I can't understand this. Maybe it's all true. If none of it was true, I wouldn't know any different from if it's true or not. But I'm trying to study and learn about history of workers' rights and black civil rights and anti-imperialism and worldwide workers' movements that were crushed. They didn't just go away. And transportation, that's a big one. Why we have such car dependent infrastructure, or car oriented infrastructure. We're so car dependent as opposed to so many other countries, and especially just in America, other cities, because I'm in LA, where we have huge freeways everywhere, and it's even with the public transportation we have, which is kind of like good, but the problem is we don't have enough housing. We have so much parking. You need all that space for parking, for roads, for freeways. What happens, and we don't have much housing. We don't build up much. So what's that mean? The little housing that's available is often far away from job centers, so people commute 1 or 2 hours across Southern California to get to work. Well, there you go. There's all your traffic. There's all your traffic deaths. Like, this is not just an issue of like, well, we have to get more buses running in Metro, but we have to build around bus stops in Metro and get housing near where people work, and get more apartments and townhomes and row houses and all that, and build up, not just develop single family homes, because they don't have the density to support public transportation, and then you have the same issues. So you don't have public transportation, that means people need cars. Oh, you need more space for parking, more surface streets. You need to, they're still expanding like the 705 highway, something here in Southern California. It's ridiculous. Like, we can actually serve people, but we, like all of us, need to be organized. I can't emphasize enough, and I'm borrowing this from Non-Compete on YouTube. Don't go at this alone. Like, have comrades, talk to people, figure out what you can do in your community. Even it's, I think the democracy we have is a farce. Not 100% in all ways. Like, yes, it absolutely does. I've seen it help to try and get the candidates you want to win, and try and get good candidates there in the first place. And then when they're in office, they can't just do it on their own. You have to keep letter writing and calling in and showing up at city council meetings to push for legislation that actually helps regular people, and not just the police, and not just wealthy corporations that want to extract labor from your community. So you have to, doing all that, I've seen it. It does help, but that's only one aspect of a many, of a what am I saying? Of, you know, a many-faceted approach, multifaceted approach to changing the world, improving the world, making it so we can all live with decency. It's so surreal and insane that like we're just like told like, oh no, we can't have free housing. No, we can't have free buses. They don't work. Except we have had free buses. They do work. We have had free housing. Some in America, not that much, and it's been neglected and underfunded. But around the world, there's been a lot more, and we have all the resources we need to build it. We just don't want to, and people are convinced we shouldn't. Why? They have all the excuses they need built into, built into the relationships between how they view their jobs and how they view the rich and how they view the poor, which is they think, well, it's like you should have a moral test to have a home. Well, we get the homelessness we need. We got the homelessness we asked for. We got the poverty we asked for, the misery, the disease, the needless death. And main crime in this country is white collar. Don't be confused about who's causing what amounts of misery. Let's see. Click like, everybody, helps the channel out. I gotta fill up my iron with more water. I gotta fill my water bottle with more water. My germs. I'll be back. Fill this up. Fill it up. Been doing some writing too lately, not as much. I try not to write when I'm just too tired or whatever, but I didn't even plan on writing today, and I'm very happy. I wrote like 4 pages, and I gotta learn not to judge what I'm writing. When I'm automatic writing, it's like let it come out. You're figuring out what the story is. You're letting it shape you. You're seeing what shape it's taking. I should have done this earlier, but I was beat. And I just was loving reading Frederick Forsyth's novel, The Fox. Oh my God. It's a shame I've read most of his novels now. He wrote such great thrillers. He just died a few months ago. He was like 86. I heard his novel, The Kill List, is not that good. And that's unfortunate because I want to read it. I don't think I'm going to read The Phantom of Manhattan. I heard that's terrible. So apparently it's a sequel he wrote to The Phantom of the Opera, I guess. Is that it? Yeah. So yeah, not too interested in reading that. But his international thrillers are just, some of them not as great. The Odessa File, I think, is pretty dull. It's got some fun, exciting moments. The Dogs of War is good, but it's really not like thrilling throughout most of it. It's just these like commandos planning a mission to assault the the like sort of the president's home in this small African nation and overthrow the government. And it's mostly just them planning the assault and how incredibly laborious and difficult it is. But throughout it, it's not really like a Fox, where it's just every turn is so dangerous, and like the Day of the Jackal, like at any moment, like these are the most most able, the most talented, the most powerful and skilled in their fields, and everyone, is just one step away from oblivion or being destroyed or being thrown off the trail if they're a detective. And the Fox, it's like that too. It's like any one wrong step is going to get a bunch of people killed. And it's just so good how like the characters are so good at what they're doing. Like they somehow manage to keep topping the last thing they did to either stay alive or to find someone or kill someone. It's really, this is a great lesson. It's very instructive for screenwriting, which is, don't have characters get out of trouble just by doing stupid stuff. It's like, make them the very best at what they do and make someone else the very best at what they do. And that's who you want to see when the audience is watching or reading and thinking, I have no idea how they're going to get out of this. This is amazing. And how did he write so many? Writing one of those books would have been amazing. Even the lesser ones, like the Odessa File. How did he do it over and over? And I'm like, I read other books, but when I read his, like nothing quite thrills me like those. I will say, Michael Mann and Meg Gardner's Heat 2 did. And I recently read my first Robert Ludlum book, the Ryman Exchange. That was quite good. Nothing really bad about it. I wouldn't say I felt like as excited as reading Forsyth's novels. And it was a little bit, it got confusing, the sort of, wait, who double-crossed who and all that by the end. But I did pick up some more Robert Ludlum books, and I'm sure I'm going to read a lot more, and I want to read the Bourne books. Apparently he wrote like a bunch of them. I thought they were just the ones they made the movies on, but there are a bunch more, or I don't know how many. But yeah, I want to read them all. So I love thrillers. I'm not into Ken Follett, sorry. I read The Eye of the Needle, I thought it was too light and breezy until the end. When it got good, it got interesting. And I tried reading whatever, Night Over the Atlantic or whatever. it was too breezy, it's nice how it all fits together, but I just gave up. And, yeah, people like him, like his books, it's fine. I'll stick with my Forsyth and now Robert Ludlum, and please give me book recommendations for more thriller writers. I don't know if anybody writes spy novels like what's his name? John le Carre. And fortunately, I still have a bunch of his books to go through. And why did I buy so many of them? I finally started using the library and like getting books on hold there. Should have done that. I got this one book from the thrift store. My God, it was so bad. It barely even has any reviews on Goodreads. It's called The Last Spy, I think. I think the author's name is like Russo or something. I'm not trying to hate on anyone's book, like, I don't know. It was not for me. Let's say that. Just leave it at that. Couldn't finish it, but a lot of books I don't finish because I'm like, yeah, I'm not reading this. And I read non-thrillers too, not as many lately, but I love Dorothy Allison's Bastard Out of Carolina. That has the best prose I've ever read in a book. Like, the wordsmithing she does is just amazing. And I read her short stories in a compilation called Trash. So I want to read more by her, and I did like the book This Tender Land. A southern story, sort of fable, sort of road trip story. Got a little over the top at the end, but still quite good. I'm like, I dig this. It's like a kid in the Depression, the Great Depression, and he's at like sort of a boarding school that his mom sent him to, or his aunt, and doesn't really have much family, and the place is just awful and cruel, and he escapes, and it was good. It was interesting. I'm like, I was picturing the world. I liked it. More books where the story moves, where it does stuff. Frederick Forsyth's book, it's like stuff that happens in the first 100 pages would be like the climax of any other book, and this is like cataclysmic stuff between nations, and these like games of deception and one-upsmanship and brinksmanship that keep topping themselves, and I'm like, this is how you write a story. Angelo, like, take note. This is another thing. We need communal laundry, that we're just, people take care of this, and it's considered a community thing, and it's a service. I started sweeping bike lanes on Venice Boulevard. It's like that. Like, have people who are just care, but also like have it where like things are free. This one YouTuber, he's I guess he's an anarchist. He left anarchist, not like anarcho-capitalist like I used to be. His channel name is called It Had to Be Said. And it's simple videos. He just sits there, talks to the camera. I think he, edits stuff and puts in imagery of what he's talking about. But he talks about, how we could have a gift economy, where when we work, it's to benefit others, and where we just uplift each other and care about each other, instead of like putting stuff we need behind a paywall that a rich person collects money from us for. Or even a lot of times, not so rich a person, they're just desperate not to end up like us, like struggling to make a living. Or even those of us who make a decent living, it's like, you're tied to that thing desperately, that job, because you could end up like Angelo. Someday I was homeless for a while, and you could end up like me, and all kinds of problems stem from that, and trouble, and predators, sex predators, financial predators, all kinds of bad stuff. All kinds of great stuff too. I mean, it was a beautiful experience. I miss sleeping outside. That's one thing I've been just spending time more time outside lately, just feeling what it was like to be homeless, partly for my story I'm writing, because hello, we got some people here. Hello, Carrie. Click like if you like. But yeah, being homeless was beautiful in a lot of ways. I wish I could. I didn't have to come back to this room every night to sleep. It's starting to feel like, like being constricted. Because I've been living here 2 years now. It's a pretty long time for me to live anywhere. It's about the longest I've ever lived in a place, like 2 years. Like Annandale, I lived there 2.5 years. Yeah, I think that right there was the longest I've lived in a place. My place in Koreatown, which I loved. I loved Koreatown, and I loved that apartment, that loft. Not so much some of the people I lived with. Man, somebody who terrorized us. We had another guy who was just a kind of dipshit, doing a lot of cocaine, just self-absorbed. I'm not even against doing drugs. Just don't be sloppy about it. You gotta know when the party stops. But there I lived, 2 years, and we got evicted because also the guy I was renting from was doing cocaine. And well, he didn't get evicted for doing cocaine. He got evicted for not paying the rent. But I don't know what he was doing, but I know he's doing cocaine. Again, I don't even hate him. It's like, wish him all the best. He was a fun guy, fun hang. Bit much when he's on coke, but yeah, fun guy. That's the thing. It's you gotta know when to stop the party, and he wasn't paying the rent, so whatever was going on there, that got us evicted. Just how much of my life has been wasted trying to deal with bad roommate situations and travel. It's like, guys, we could just take the paywalls down behind stuff. It would mean stopping the limitless growth of companies that exploit us. So it doesn't mean like new flavors of potato chips constantly and sodas and stuff. It does mean we'd have potato chips and soda, but we'd make it how we want, like if we want to. I don't need to drink that, but plenty of people do. And it's just we could do stuff that benefits each other, and we'd have time freed up to do the things we're passionate about. Because I would work in film for free if I could just do it and not worry about surviving. I did work for film and for free for a long time, not so long, but like a lot of times I was working unpaid on film sets when I came to LA. But for me, the benefit was I got free food too. That was what made it financially viable. Was like, okay, I'm getting food, and no, the benefit was I loved working on set, and I miss it. And the relationships I developed and great experiences. You know, most people I worked with in film were just great people. They cared. Everybody wants to make a good movie. It's exhausting, but it's fun and it's a privilege. And yeah, I miss it, but I'll do it again. Writing my movies, I'm gonna make them myself. But yeah, it would be amazing to if I could just work and write and direct movies, and I could survive and just live my life without being paid, that'd be fine. I could give away my movies for free, because I think also culture and art should be free. As it stands now, we have a system of relationships between commerce and art and housing and commerce where you need to make money to live, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like, we made this system, we can make something better. I know I'm getting most of my shirts ironed because I'm running out of clothes hangers. That means almost done with the shirts. But let's say I always get fooled and there's like another, I think I'm done, I unplug the iron, and then I find another shirt at the bottom of the basket. I think I'm done with the shirts, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to save money, not eating out. I really should save more. I'm lucky I can save money, but it's good to just save more. You never know. I don't know what. Nobody knows what's going to happen in their own life, but also we don't know where this country's headed. What the hell is going on? What time is it? I am tired, man. 8:59. I go to bed at 9:30, or I try to. Lately, I get up at 6:30. So good. I'm about done here. Just gotta fold up some socks. I'm gonna take out this hat. Fold up my underwear and socks, or my boxers. Ropa interior. I love shopping at corner stores. I was at the corner store yesterday, I think. And I went in and the guy asked the cashier for boxers, or if they had boxers there. And I think maybe she didn't understand, I don't know, because she was a Spanish speaker. She spoke some English, and my Spanish is good enough where I can, go there and buy stuff. Mostly I understand. Although she spoke to me in English, but yeah, he asked where boxers were, and I'm not sure if she understood or she didn't answer, so I was like, oh, over here, because they had boxers there. I'm like, that's so cool. You can't get boxers at a lot of grocery stores, but you can get them at the corner store. Love my corner stores. We need more of them. But we need more dense housing. That means we need more apartments. I would love to, like Koreatown, man. There was a Mexican market on the block I lived on, and that place was awesome. They kept expanding. And here's the thing, they could expand because there were so many apartment buildings nearby. They had the density to support their business. I'm like, this is what I want. I want life around here. It was nice because the people knew me there. They trusted me, because some stores, man, they're a pain in the ass about it. If I walk in with my backpack, they don't want me carrying it in there. For some, I just stopped going back to the pain in the ass races to, you know, they're looking at me, vaguely ethnic looking guy, probably MS-13, and, you know, over serving me, being rude, straight up rude sometimes. But that place was great, and they weren't the only corner store on my block. There was another another corner store where they were just racist, and I couldn't stand it. But there were lots of shops on the block I lived on. That was the amazing thing about, that's the densest neighborhood in LA is Koreatown. Apparently even downtown LA is not as dense. And downtown, you know, you can see the skyline where it just juts up, the skyscrapers and condos there. But Koreatown is where it's at. Love Koreatown. Tons of transit there, man. Not many bike lanes. They're starting to they're finally working on that, and maybe they'll pedestrianize 6th Street. Because you can take 6th Street to downtown, and I would bike that sometimes. But you know, it gets a little sketchy. You can't just take the road, take the lane, because traffic's dangerous, drivers are inconsiderate, and there aren't adequate bike lanes. It's beautiful biking into downtown LA. I'm like, this is what life should be. Able to ride around on my bike. And if you one drive, great. That means one less car for you. There should be adequate bike paths, bike lanes. We need people speaking up. And the cool thing about being here in LA is what happens in LA, it often becomes a trend around the country and around the world. So the more we get metro and bike lanes, the more the rest of the country tends to follow suit. I mean, so many trends just start in LA. Man, I've had some of the same socks for so many years. It's pretty cool. And boxers. I don't remember the last time I bought boxers. Oh, I'm feeling hunger pains, but this time at night, I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to... That's your body signaling you're losing weight now. You're burning fat. Well, you're always burning fat, but I guess, but the fact that you're losing weight. Trying to listen to my body more too, and it's great. It's helping me feel more grounded, just more excited, more happy, more peaceful, more inspired. What is this like? Oh, it's like an arrow on the screen. It's weird that, okay. No, now it went away. All right. So my office hours live socks. Sefa Well, I'm going to see On Cinema live. I got my ticket for that. Excited for that. That's in a few months. I forget when it is. Oh, that's next year. I think that's a while. That is a while from now. A friend offered me a ticket to a show tonight. I would have really liked to have gone. A free ticket. And it's right by a metro stop. Beautiful location. Yeah, I just feels like I'm working on the music video. I can't. I don't even want to stay out late tonight. It was so nice. It's a great thing to. It was a friend I made through the bike advocacy scene, so it's so great to be out of a car and meet people and make friends. I can't believe it. Like, some people are just offering me stuff like that. Like, people are just reaching out, being friends. You know, I didn't have many friends in Virginia, and I didn't have the vocabulary. Well, that's a weird pronunciation. The vocabulary to explain, like, well, to understand why am I feeling so alienated and lonely. Well, it was a lot of factors, but the big one is just the built environment and the relationships between how much car infrastructure isolates you, and well, relationship between that and your finances and your employer and your ability to get housing. And so, of course, you're cut off in the suburbs in large part. And I think that's where a lot of young men get radicalized too into right-wing pipelines and get lonely and angsty and depressed. I'm not saying that doesn't happen in apartments. It happens everywhere. But that has got to be a big contributor to it because I saw it. Saw it happen in my own life and with others. I mean, I moved away from right-wing politics, but it was a thing, you know, in my life, and I grew up conservative, and thankfully I moved far away from that, and I'm always learning still how to change. All right, I am going to dump out water in this iron. Again, this is something we should have, like communal laundry spaces in like community centers and apartment rows and communal kitchens and community centers, places we can meet, libraries around here. Why don't we have more libraries? We should have lots more. Books are great, and they have free DVDs and Blu-rays, audiobooks. They're awesome. We should have more. All right, that wraps up the wage slave performs unpaid labor like trained monkey for unwashed masses live. So the writing's going well, the music video editing's going well, the biking's going well. Let me let this cool down before I stuff it in my closet. Yeah. A little paranoid about that, like, I don't know, the heat damaging the wall or something. I have a nice closet too, by the way. It's pretty spacious. I miss my roommate's cat. My roommate's cat would come in here, and sometimes she would just hide out in the closet. After 4th of July, the last time she was here, she hid in my closet for 2 days. And she's in another country now where my roommate is. He's visiting family. He's been there a while. And that cat was great because she really loves me. She would, like, at 4 in the morning, I could hear a tapping. She would tap the doorknob. She knew that's how you got in the room, and she would tap the doorknob. And at like 4 in the morning, I would get up, open the door, let her in. She'd crawl around, sometimes jump on my bed. Sometimes she'd like lie on my chest. And she's so nice. Then she'd want to be let out. She'd go to the door and kind of push against it. I'd let her out, and then 5 minutes later, she'd come back in. So cats have the mind of their own. It's true of every organism with a brain, but she's a great cat, and she's in Turkey now. And my roommate, I talk to him still because he's just visiting there, like he's renting out his room. In the meantime, he says now she loves being there. She loves being with his mom, and I'm not sure if the cat's coming back here whenever he comes back. So as long as the cat's happy, I mean, what can I say? I would like to see her back here, though. Man, that was a great cat. She is a great cat. She loves her new home, I guess. All right, everybody. I'm going to go read Frederick Forsyth's The Fox. We will have a book club discussion next time. Man, books like that, I cannot stop reading them. There's other books, it's like, I'm kind of getting through that. It depends. Some, like Dorothy Allison, I said, I was really enjoying. But Forsyth books, man, it's just like, bang, I'm just addicted where I'm like, oh my God, I know I'm going to just keep reading it and reading. Literally read 250 pages since last night. So that's how good it is. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and see you all next time. Bye.